반갑습니다. Let's have fun learning Korean today. I designed this video for you who have never learned Korean before. But don't worry about your Korean learning. By the time you finish watching my whole videos, you can pass the official topic test level 2. So trust me, Tommy will lead your way. And let's become the master of Korean. Today we will learn about Korean Batchim. In English, it is called final consonants. I will mainly explain the origin of Batchim, the basic Batchim, double Batchim, and the changes in the pronunciation. 그럼 시작할게요. Batchim is written as Batchim in Korean, and the origin of this word is 받치다, which means to support. It supports a set of a consonant and a vowel. In Korean, a vowel and a consonant are combined to form one character, and you can further add a final consonant called Batchim under the set. Next, let's learn about the types of Batchim and their pronunciation. There are 16 consonants that are used as Batchim, but there are only 7 kinds of pronunciation. In other words, there are different characters that have the same pronunciation. I will explain the pronunciation of the consonants using English alphabet here, and it is easier to learn in this way. First, 기역, 키읔, and 쌍기역 makes the K sound. Keep your tongue still and your throat should feel a little choked. Let's practice by reading 악, 악, 악. I will read again. 악, 악, 악. As you can see, 3 different final consonants, Batchim, but you pronounce the same. Secondly, 니은 makes the N sound. Your tongue should touch the back of your upper teeth. Many people are not good at pronouncing this, but if you are having difficulty, try repeating the word 난. 난, 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 난. You can feel your tongue repeatedly touching behind your upper teeth. This N sound is the correct pronunciation of N Batchim. Or try slightly biting your tongue with your front teeth and say like this. Koreans sometimes slightly bite their tongue to say 니은 when they need to emphasize this 니은 Batchim. Try to get used to the shape of the mouth and tongue when pronouncing 니은 Batchim. Let's practice this time with an. An. Attention please! What I am going to say next is very important. 디귿, 티읕, 시옷, 쌍시옷, 지읒, 치읒, 희응 all make the T sound. The tongue should touch the back of the upper teeth. Be aware that all these 7 kinds of Batchim are pronounced the same with the T sound. Let's try practicing. At, 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 at. The Batchims are all different, but they all have the same pronunciation. Fourthly, 리을 makes the L sound. The tongue touches the upper teeth or the seating of the mouth. To practice this one, open your mouth slightly and then repeat saying la 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 la. Then keep the shape of your mouth the same and try repeating la lu la lu la lu la lu la lu la lu la lu. When you pronounce lu, your tongue should touch the back of the seating of your mouth, right? This is the correct pronunciation of real. Let's practice by saying al. Al, al, al. The 5th is 미음 with the M sound. It's an easy pronunciation which you just need to close your mouth. Let's practice by saying am. It sounds as if you are eating something, right? 비읍 and 피읍 have the P sound. Again, you just need to close your mouth. These also have the same pronunciation, although the Batchim are different. Let's practice with up, 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 Batchim makes the ng sound. When you pronounce this Batchim, make a cave inside your mouth and don't move your tongue. Let's practice saying ang. Pay attention to the shape of my mouth and how I keep my tongue still. Ang, ang, ang. Especially many students tend to pronounce ni은, 미음, 이응 all as n. Practice many times to try to notice the difference in the pronunciation. The word that is the most useful when practicing these three Batchim is 선생님, which means teacher. When you pronounce n Batchim in the first letter, 선, your tongue touches the back of your upper teeth. 선, 선, 선. You got it? When you pronounce the next letter, 생, you open your mouth big. Your tongue is still. 생, 생, 생. The last 님 is pronounced while closing your mouth. 님, 님, 님. Let's say the whole word together. You can practice while watching my mouth. 선생님, 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 선생님. Pay attention to the position of your tongue and the opening and closing your mouth and keep practicing many times. The next is the double Batchim. Some Batchim are made of two consonants and they are called double Batchim. There are not many words with double Batchim, but they are used often. So if you memorize about 30 words with double Batchims, that's good enough. It is more efficient to memorize them together with real words instead of trying to remember all the Batchim at once. There are 11 double Batchim in total. 기엇, 시읒, 리을, 기엇, 니은, 지읒, 리을, 히응, 리을, 비읍, 리을, 시엇, 리을, 티귿, 리을, 히응, 리을, 미음, 비읍, 시응, and 리을, 피읍. There are also double Batchim that are almost never used in daily life. So in today's lesson, let's learn only practical ones. First, 리을, 기억 makes the K sound. There are words like 읽다, to read, 닭고기, chicken meat, 늙다, to get old, 막다, sunny, and 낫다, old. These are beginners' vocabularies that are used very often. So let's memorize them together. Let's read them together. 읽다, 닭고기, 늙다, 막다, 낫다. 니은, 지읒, and 니은, 히응 are pronounced as N. For 니은, 지읒, there is 앉다, to sit. For 니은, 히읗, there are 많다, many, and 괜찮다, it's okay. Let's read them together. 않다, 많다, 괜찮다. 리을, 비읍, and 리을, 히읗 have the L pronunciation. For 리을, 비읍, there are words like 여덟, 8, 짧다, short, 넓다, wide, 얇다, thin. These are the words that beginners must learn. For 리을, 히응, there are 싫다, dislike, 뚫다, drill, 잃다, lose. Let's read them together. 여덟, 짧다, 넓다, 얇다, 싫다, 뚫다, 잃다. 리을, 미음 is pronounced as M. There are words like 닮다, similar, and 젊다, young. 비읍, 시옷 makes the P sound. There is a word, 없다, absent. Let's read them together. 닮다, 젊다, 없다. Next, I will explain the changes in pronunciation. There are many rules for the pronunciation of Batchim, and there are also many exceptions. But this time, I would like to touch only 5 points that you should keep in mind. Once you understand it, you can pronounce Korean easily, naturally, and fluently. So let's see it together. When Batchim is followed by ion, the Batchim will be combined with the vowel following. For example, when you read 먹, eat continuously, the pronunciation becomes 먹어. Also, got, this is pronounced as 이것은 when we read continuously. When ion comes after double 받침, you read both double 받침. For example, Tom, 여, young becomes 젊어요, and sit becomes 앉아. However, if tigut and tiut in 받침 is followed by e, it'll be pronounced as tiut and tiut. For example, 굿이, there becomes 굳이, and 갓이 together becomes 같이. Also, if ion comes after hiung in 받침, hiung will not be pronounced. For example, like is pronounced as 좋아, and dislike is pronounced as 싫어. When the consonants 기읒, 디귿, 비읍, 수읒, 지읒 come after the 받침 that are pronounced 기읒, 디귿, 피읍, their pronunciation will become double consonants like 쌍기읒, 쌍띠귿, 쌍삐읍, 쌍수읒, 쌍치읒. For example, 없고 without becomes 없고. 책상, desk becomes 책상. 꽃밭, flower field becomes 꽃밭. When the consonants 기읒, 디귿, 비읍, 지읒 come before or after the 받침 hiung, their pronunciation will become strong consonants like 키읔, 티귿, 피읍, 치읒. For example, 축하해, congratulations become 축하해. 입학, enrollment becomes 입학. 맞히다, to hit becomes 맞추다. Also, when these consonants come after ni은 히읗 or 리을 히읗, the pronunciation becomes strong consonants as well. 많다, many becomes 많다. 잃지 않다, not lose becomes 잃지 않다. When the consonant 미음 comes after the 받침 that are pronounced 기읒, 디귿, 피읍, 받침 기읒 becomes 이응, 받침 디귿 becomes 니은, and 받침 비읍 becomes 미음. Let's see the example. 박물관, museum becomes 박물관. 믿는, to believe becomes 믿는. 감사합니다, thank you becomes 감사합니다. In addition, the consonant 리을 comes after the 받침 미음 or 이응, 리을 will become 니은. For example, 심리학, psychology becomes 심리학. 종류, type becomes 종류. In addition, if the consonant real follows after the 받침 of 기읒 and 피읍, the 받침 will become 이응 and 미음, and the consonant 리을 will become 니은. For example, 학력, educational background becomes 학력. 합리적. Rational becomes 합리적. When niun 받침 is followed by the consonant real, or real 받침 is followed by the consonant niun, both niun and real 받침s become real. For example, 관리, management becomes 관리. 잃는, lose becomes 잃는. In some cases, the 받침 does not become real and the following consonant becomes niun. You can find these sound changes originating from Chinese characters. 결단력, decisiveness becomes 결단력. 횡단로, crossroad becomes 횡단로. That's all for today! Yay! Everyone did really great today. Thank you for watching till the end. It was a little bit challenging for you, right? But I'm sure you can get it once you review it again and again, and you can master Korean. Then see you in the next lesson. 그럼 오늘도 행복 가득, 웃음 가득한 하루 되세요. 한국어 파이팅 파이팅!